It's Good Friday, April 10th, 9:30 a.m. Tell us what just happened, Allison.
Well, this morning at like 8 a.m., I wanted to go to the grocery store because I knew that today, Anthony had off, so it'd be easier to go. And I knew, in my mind, I thought, today is a weekday, so maybe we go first thing at 8 a.m. It wouldn't be crowded, especially since, we're running low on groceries. And so I was like, maybe we can just bang it out on Friday when there's like not a lot of people. But as soon as we pulled into the parking lot, it was packed to the brim. And I was like, you know what? Even though there was a lot of people in there, like wearing, people were coming out of the grocery store and they were wearing like masks and stuff. I just thought that it was just too risky, to go inside the grocery store because there's way too many people in there.
Is that what you think?
I mean, look at it. It looks like packed to the brim. It's insane. I think let's just come back. Maybe we'll come back on like, a Monday.
You can go that long without buying food? I thought you wanted food.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't think it'd be so packed. I'm not trying to catch COVID. At first I was like, maybe it'll be empty since it's early. But look at this. This is like insanity.
Insanity.
Maybe still have a pack of chicken breasts. And you have a can of tuna or
Alright, so we're not going?
I think it's just too high risk.
Too high risk.
But yeah, really in my mind I thought it wouldn't be that packed because it's a work day. And I guess also I had my mind back to 2 weeks ago when we went, because that was on a Wednesday. And there weren't that many people in the grocery store. So I figured if we went today and followed through, we'd just be bumping into people left and right. And
So, I get it. It was a safety concern for you, and that's why you decided let's not continue.
And I guess earlier, the whole time when I was asking you, like, should we go to the grocery store, I was very indecisive, because I knew eventually we would have to go back to the grocery store. I knew you had Friday off, and, I was like, well, maybe we could go on Friday, because I was like, maybe it'll be easier for you since, you won't have work, and you won't have, to rush back to, like, a meeting or something. And I don't know, that, the whole ordering groceries online, too, I've never done that before, and so, yeah. That's why I thought we could go today and get things, but then it was just stupid packed.
Well, Allison says she doesn't want to go anymore. We're here in the Kroger parking lot to get groceries.
Who's that guy? Get that guy on the Segway.
Oh, okay. She wants me to film this weak-ass man on a Segway. Not sure why, but yes. It looks like she doesn't want to go grocery shopping anymore because of the risk of COVID, because there's so many people. Which I understand, but I have thoughts on this whole situation in general as well.
So we went out, we touched I don't know how many door handles, we looked for gloves, we found masks. Very, very high risk, very, very low reward situation that we have now ended up in, because we have no groceries, we still have no food. We put ourselves in a lot of precarious situations by leaving the apartment and going through all these doors, getting in the car, driving to this place, coming back, potentially running into someone in the hallway, leaving in the stairwell that might be coughing and hacking. Of course, just as soon as we start filming this, someone has to all of a sudden do leaf blowing. Once a month, maybe. But the minute I start filming this, we have that going on. Anyways, I would consider this very, very high risk, low reward. And those are things I try to avoid at all opportunities. I try not to engage in anything like that. But we did, and we have no groceries. That said, I have bigger feelings on this need that people have to get these goddamn groceries so frequently. I have coworkers that are talking about needing to go to the grocery store and still going once a week. Why do you need to go to the grocery store once a week? I don't understand this. Just the other day, I went over 47 hours with no food. No problem. And that's on top of waking up in the morning, going on long walks, and working out. So on top of a very, very active schedule, I went 2 days without any food. Not an issue. Why do people need to go get so many goddamn groceries? In this very moment, Allison is soaking oats so that she can eat some food when this is done. What is this desperate need to keep buying fucking groceries? Why can't people just chill out? If we were in a different era, and we really were in a bunker, and we had no access to food, I guess 98% of the population would die out today very fast. Because they can't handle going a fucking hour without eating, let alone 2 days. So, I actually look to this as a test to challenge myself and stop going to the goddamn grocery store. Why is it that people are so obsessed with going to the grocery store? Why are we even worried about if we have to get food at some point, right? That's what you said. Mm-hmm. At some point we do have to get food, and I know that too. Why don't we worry about that when that time comes?
I guess I was thinking the longer we wait, like, obviously, yeah, we have, like, lentils. We still have 2 pieces of chicken breast and a can of salmon. I guess I was thinking, like, once everything is gone, then that's more time we would spend in the grocery store, stockpiling, buying a lot more stuff. And that's more time that we're spending at the checkout, at the cash register. Since we have
but
more
I
stuff.
beg to argue that how's that any different than just going more frequently and spending less time? You see what I'm saying? I heard you say that from the beginning, and I didn't think there was much logic to it. It's not any different than, okay, we're going to go before we run out of food, because then our trip in the grocery store won't be as long. But then next time, before we run out of food, we'll go, and our trip won't be as long in the grocery store itself. If you just run out of all the food and we have nothing, right? We have nothing, and we go to the grocery store and we get enough food to last. Say we spend an hour and 20 minutes in the grocery store. How's that any different spending 1 hour and 20 minutes once we're already exposed to whatever harmful, dangerous shit is in there? How's that any different than spending an 45 minutes twice as frequently? You go 45 minutes this week, and then in 2 more weeks, before you run out of all your groceries, you spend another 45 minutes. And then 2 weeks after that, before you're out of all your groceries, you spend another 45 minutes. How's that shit any different than just going once a month, spending an hour, and then leaving? You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the risk is the same. You're still going to be in the grocery store for the same amount of time. So why not just build some self-discipline and some mental discipline and actually lose some weight in the process and stop eating so much fucking food and only go when you absolutely have to. We don't absolutely have to go to the grocery store, and that's why I've said to you many, many times, I don't give a shit. I don't need to go to the grocery store. I'm fine. When we cross that bridge and we have no food, we'll figure it out. But that is not the society we live in today. People like Allison, who's actually quite healthy, cranking out pull-ups, which many women aren't just doing on average, and actually doing weighted pull-ups, which we can show you here too. Still, even you have this mindset that, well, I don't want to wait until we don't have nothing, because then we're going to have to be in the grocery store longer. And I think that the reason you think that is because you're just trained, like most people, to just want to eat. You want food, and you want to have the option. And I know you've done the fast too. You've done the 24 plus hour fast like me. But at the end of the day, I think you still like the idea of having a lot of options and having a lot of food. Whereas most people, I don't think most people are comfortable, right? If I tell you right now on camera, I'm not eating today, period. Most people aren't comfortable with that because that's why you're soaking oats right now. So later you can have food ready. You're already not even considering the idea of not eating food today because you're already planning to eat. But do you see what I'm saying? Most people need options. They need food. They need options so that nighttime comes and they have something sweet to play with and something sweet to chew on, something salty like some popcorn to eat while they're watching their favorite TV show. Nobody likes the idea of having not a fucking thing in their cabinets. Nobody likes that. You clearly don't. But before we run out of food, you'd rather go to the grocery store and get more food. And I get it. I understand it from a logical perspective. I don't want to spend longer time in the grocery store once a month. But you see what I'm saying, right? How's that any different than going before we run out of food every time and spending a slightly shorter time in the grocery store? It's not any different. But the only difference is, in one of the options, you have nothing to choose. You have no more options, and you have nothing left except what you mentioned, maybe a few lentils and dried beans. And nobody wants that shit. Nobody wants to just have lentils and dried beans as their only food options, right? Before they have to go to the grocery store. Nobody really wants that. But I don't mind that shit. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. That's the only real difference. The only real difference, if you really break it down, is if you pick my option, there's not a lot of choices left before you go to the grocery store. There's just, we have no more goddamn food, and now we have to go. The only difference is my shit is way more uncomfortable, right? At the end of the day, with me, you have no options left. You have no more food, and you just have to go. And that's what I think is the problem with most people right now. That's why the grocery store is so fucking packed. Because it's Friday, right before Easter Sunday. And people want to go into the weekend and just eat and eat and eat and have options. Nobody wants to have no food this weekend. Who wants to sit down on Saturday and Sunday and watch their favorite shows with their stomach growling and feeling fucking hungry? Nobody wants that. So everybody's stocking up because nobody wants to go into this weekend with no food. That's the difference between them and me. I'm fine going into this weekend with food in the cabinets and not even eating the shit. I'm fine with going into the weekend with food in the cabinets and having options and still not eating. Just to test myself. Just to challenge myself. People don't like that option. You don't like that option. Nobody likes to have no options. Everybody wants to still have food, but go get more before they run out. Now you tell me your thoughts on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, even just the idea of going to the grocery store, obviously, is very kind of like, made me feel uncomfortable because, going to the grocery store is very, unpredictable,
Yes.
because even though, you might keep the 6 feet thing, who's to say someone doesn't come up behind you or you're waiting in line or the cashier doesn't, call for anything. So, yeah, also, that's why I was like, well, maybe we could go today. In my mind, thinking that it wasn't going to be crowded, and then I was like, we either go today because I knew for sure I didn't want to go on Saturday or Sunday, or sometime next week. I said, and but yeah, because of the virus, obviously, I tried to not leave the apartment at all. But yeah, I mean, I guess I was thinking, I mean, I'm fine. Also, we still have rice. We do still have food. It would be more vegan based, but it's like rice, lentils, beans. Then I ordered some snacks from Target, but that's just snacks. It's not really food, but yeah, we could go for a while though without really going to the grocery store.
You see the difference? You ordered snacks.
Yeah.
She ordered snacks with my gift card. Okay.
No, I paid my own money because I bought you a gift.
But I thought you what? Okay, but what did you buy for the vitamin shop?
Oh, those are protein bars.
She bought 4 boxes of protein bars
Because they were on sale.
Yeah, the snacks were on sale. The protein bars were on sale. But you didn't buy 4 boxes of protein bars. Now.
Yeah, because I don't want to, I don't want to keep going out and stuff. And...
Right. Do you need those protein bars?
No, but at least I have a bunch.
But do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Before we even run out of food, we are so trained to buy more. This is what I'm saying. Stop fucking buying food. Just stop it. Why?
Well, I guess I figured during this pandemic, and they're telling people to stock up on stuff, and I figure I'm gonna eat these protein bars. Or I guess I was thinking, I don't want to go out to the store, so if I order a bunch, then I won't have to go out for a while. And then some of the stuff that I bought at Target was stuff that I could have gotten at Kroger, but I felt, well, for one, it was cheaper at Target, and then I felt, whenever I go to the grocery store, it kind of saves me time, because then the items I wanted to buy at Kroger, I bought at Target already, so I don't need to spend more time searching for those items in the store and not knowing where they are. So that's why I got some of them at Target.
At the end of the day, people are obsessed with fucking food. Yes or no?
Yes, for sure, yes.
Nobody wants to challenge themselves and just stop fucking eating so much food. Period. Nobody. You, nobody watching this shit. It seems like I'm one of the few people that's actually started to embrace what you want and what you need. If we break this shit down mathematically, this is something that I was just thinking about. We have absolutely no reason to even be talking about getting groceries. Because from a mathematical standpoint, we all have a BMR. How many calories do we need each day to survive? That's not even if we do any activity. That's if we just sit on a couch all day. What do we need before we start doing damage to our body? With that said, let's say I need 2,000 calories a day just to survive. We have enough calories for me to survive in our cabinets to last me 2 months. So then why the fuck are we even having a conversation about groceries, right? That's how I feel during a deadly global pandemic that's killing hundreds of thousands of people. What the fuck are we talking about groceries? If all you need to do is stay your ass inside, limit your exposure to people as much as possible. You can still go outside, but choose the right hours. Choose the right times of day that you go outside and just limit your exposure. Why would you put yourself at risk by going to the grocery store under any circumstance? Let alone because you want to stock up before you run out. If you haven't run out and you have absolutely no food and no more options, why even spend energy talking about going to a grocery store? Something that puts you at risk from getting a deadly virus. People cannot go just a little bit without stopping their fucking addiction, whether it's mental or just the taste of it that they're after, for food. Just stop going to the grocery store. I don't respect the shit I'm seeing. I do not respect the shit I'm seeing. We do not need to be going to the fucking grocery store. We do not need to be buying snacks on fucking snacks. When I go to the grocery store and I see people buying fucking ice cream and chips and all the toilet paper so that when I go, I can't get essential shit, it's frustrating. It's actually frustrating when I want to go and I want to get something that I actually need. And I can't because some asshole that's just eating for gluttonous reasons bought all the shit they wanted, not needed. Because I've already told you, I can last several more months if we're just eating strictly off of calories and what I need to survive. So they're certainly not getting food that they need, especially if they're overweight. They're getting shit that they want. And not only are they getting all the shit they want, every single thing that they want, they're getting shit that I need. So when I go and I want to get some egg whites, when I want to get a can of tuna, I have no options. When I want to get plain, not sugar-filled flavored yogurt, plain, I got no options because they're using it to make a fucking cheesecake. They're using it to make a filling for a cheesecake. You see what I'm saying? People that don't even need shit are taking shit that people need, like me. So, trust me, I just decided this right now. I didn't tell you about it either, right? I just picked this shit up at the moment. Today's Friday. So if I ate on Sunday morning, that would be the longest I've ever gone without food. That would be a full, 50-something hour fast, because it would be all day today, all day tomorrow, and then going to sleep and then waking up. That'd be the longest fast I've ever done if I don't eat until Sunday. At least for me, it'll be a challenge, because I've never gone that long. I guarantee, and Allison will be here as my witness, and anyone that happens to watch us, today's Friday, and I'm going to wait until Sunday morning. I assure you, and I say with full certainty, and you could be my witness and you could watch. Never done that before. And in fact, like I said, over this weekend while everybody is eating and snacking and watching their favorite TV shows and queuing up the Netflix and Hulu, I'm going to be sitting here eating nothing. I'm going to just drink water and be fucking hungry. And I'm going to embrace it. And you know why? That's because I embrace challenges. I embrace every type of challenge. And I'm going to do a video on that too. But I embrace this type of shit. Most people don't want to do this. Most people don't want to look to challenges. I embrace this type of shit. Never done it before. It's probably going to be uncomfortable, so I embrace it. But I tell you this, I refuse. I absolutely refuse to even think about fucking food until Sunday morning. So I sit here on Friday morning telling you I'm not going to eat all Friday and I'm not going to eat all Saturday, and I refuse to eat anything until at least Sunday. But we'll see. We'll see if that extends longer than Sunday. But by waiting until Sunday, that'll be the longest fast I've ever voluntarily partaken in. And I'm going to do that. And that's going to be nothing. And it's going to be nothing. Because I think I have a little bit of mental strength that I like to believe. I like to believe I have a little bit of discipline and mental strength to be able to say, look, man, there's bigger shit going on in the world. There are people fucking dying left and right, losing lung capacity. Their hearts are getting damaged irreparably for the rest of their lives because they're getting fucking COVID. But in the meantime, people are still running to the grocery store to get snacks. People are still running to the grocery store with yet a cabinet and fridges full of food so that they can get more food before they run out of the fucking food they have. I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking on a different level. I'm thinking, I have food and I'm gonna not eat the shit. I already have food and I'm not going to eat the food that I have. And then when I have no more food, then I'll think about maybe going to the grocery store. You see the difference here? We got people that are obsessed, so mentally addicted to food that before we even run out of the shit we have, we're thinking about going back and getting more. I don't believe in that. I don't subscribe to that mindset. I've been focusing on, for the last several years, on optimizing myself, getting rid of anything in excess. If you have extra clothes, if you have extra trinkets, if you have extra anything that you don't need, get rid of that shit. It's not necessary. When you gotta pick up and move and you get a new job and you want to move across the country and you got all this extra shit that you don't need, all it does is slow you down. All it does is make the move more difficult. When you have extra fat on your body, it does nothing for you. All it does is hold you back. All it does is make it harder when you're walking around and you're outdoors and you're getting tired more quickly and your back hurts and your ankles and your feet hurt because it's unnecessary. Get rid of that shit. If you're not walking around at 10% or lower body fat and fit, why the fuck are you going to the grocery store even worried about food? This quarantine should be a period in which anyone that has any issues with their weight, anyone that's trying to get fit should be fucking happy. We've got a reason. We've got an actual deadly reason not to fucking go to the grocery store and not to think about food. Use this fucking time to get in shape. Stop fucking eating. That's how I view it. So I say it here. This is literally all. What more motivation could you need to stop fucking thinking about food and to stop being such a gluttonous piece of shit than the fact that you can go to the grocery store and contract something that'll kill you? If that's not enough to wake your ass up and make you stop fucking thinking about food, and using this quarantine as actually an opportunity as motivation to get in shape and to stop eating so much and maybe reduce the amount of excess fat you got on your ass, I don't know what else is going to motivate you. This shit isn't motivation to me.
Or maybe people are going to the grocery store or buy groceries so that I don't eat out, even though I want to go to like Chick-fil-A or something normally. Let me just buy, my own food. And then, what do you think about people who say that?
I think they're full of shit. I think they're full of shit, right? Because you've seen it. You've already seen how many people walk up and down the streets with Chick-fil-A and fast food. Yeah, There's a lot of them. We know that. I have no respect for them. Anybody I see doing that shit, you're an idiot. You need to probably lose some weight and change your mindset. Now, the people that say that they're going to the grocery store to not have to eat out, the people that are going to the grocery store so that they can prepare their own healthy, nutritious meals, good job. Good job. Great. I respect that. But I guarantee you they're not fucking going because they absolutely have to and they have no more options. They probably have a mindset a little bit more like you. Well, I want something sweet to eat. Just a little bit of a Kodiak cake. Just a little bit of a treat. I can't get any cheesecake, but at least if I can have a Kodiak cake, just something. Right? They ate their chicken breast. They ate their greens and their turnip greens and their kale mix. But now they want something sweet. Right? So they're going to the grocery store. And that's why the grocery store is fucking packed to the brim on Friday morning. Because realistically, are all those people so focused on eating a healthy, nutritious meal this Saturday and Sunday? Are all of them so focused on eating a healthy, nutritious meal and have no food that they had to go back? Or are they prepping for this weekend? Are they prepping to eat and relax? Let's be realistic. That's why they're at the grocery store.
Yeah, don't people eat like marshmallows or something on Easter? Those eggs.
They're called Peeps, and they're nothing but fucking sugar. You eat them, and they might actually make you start coughing because of how much sugar they have in them. You're exactly right. People are used to eating chocolate-covered eggs and going through a backyard maze and taking chocolate eggs. None of this shit is necessary. None of this shit is necessary. None of it's critical. And I'm about to partake in at least... So mathematically, I won't eat for 50-something hours. Trust me, it's not going to be a fucking problem. Yes, I'm probably going to be hungry at points. That's the whole idea when you don't eat food for an extended period. I'm going to get hungry at several points. You know what I'm going to do when I get hungry? I'm going to keep doing whatever the fuck I was doing before I got hungry. And it'll pass. We've got a distracted Allison here, but that doesn't deter me. I stay focused. Whatever she was looking at, the shit isn't important to me because I stay focused, because I'm dialed in. I don't give a shit about going to the grocery store. The grocery store doesn't mean shit to me. The people in the grocery store don't mean shit to me. The things on the aisles in the grocery store don't mean shit to me. So people are ready to die to go buy fucking snacks and spend money to fucking die. Is that not what's happening?
I guess when you break it like that.
That's how it needs to be broken down sometimes. Sometimes people don't break shit down. People are spending money to kill themselves. And if that's how you want to live, great. But if you are ready to die over some fucking snacks in the grocery store, hey, natural selection. Some of us are going to see this COVID-19 quarantine through, and some of us are going to grow. Maybe I should put a picture up here side by side, but you've seen the progress that I've made. Since this quarantine started, I would argue that I've gotten in better shape than I was before the quarantine. Now, I've been actively working towards getting in better shape and getting healthier and getting more fit continuously since long before this quarantine began. But this quarantine has not been an excuse for me to fall off of my training routine, fall off of my nutrition, fall off of my diet. This quarantine has only made it easier for someone like me to stay dialed in. Now I have a reason not to think about going to the grocery store. Now I have a reason to not even consider going out and getting groceries, because if I'm going to go get groceries and possibly fucking die, maybe I don't need to even think about grocery shopping. Maybe I don't think about grocery shopping until I absolutely have to. Maybe I don't even think about what's in my fucking cupboard until I absolutely have to eat. Think about that. We all got shit in our cupboards. Not a single one of y'all have an empty pantry and completely barren cupboards and an empty fridge and an empty freezer. Nobody watching this shit has no food. Think about this. Why don't you not even worry about eating the fucking food you have until you absolutely have to? Have you ever thought about that? Fuck going to the grocery store because you have no more options. Why don't you not even eat food until you absolutely have to? We're not trained to think that way. We're not trained to not touch the shit that we have in the fridge until we absolutely have to eat. Nobody wants to challenge themselves. None of y'all are looking for a challenge. Nobody that I've been seeing outside that goes out right now when it's nice and sunny is up for a challenge. Nobody wants to wake up early and get out of their nice, warm, fucking cozy bed when it's still dark and it's cold and it's fucking raining, like me, and challenge themselves. Nobody wants to ignore the food that they have in the cabinet and in the fridge and challenge themselves and not even eat the food that they already have until they need to. That's because people are weak. Challenge yourself. Look for fucking challenges. Look for opportunities to challenge yourself. Hey, you could challenge yourself if that's the mindset you have. You can think of it as a challenge. Challenge yourself not to get this fucking virus and die because you want to go get snacks. I prefer to challenge myself in a safer way. Don't eat the food that you have in your cabinet until you need it. Learn to go a little bit of time without buying and wanting extra shit. Figure out what you need and what you want. I really don't need any food. I don't need food today. A 24-hour fast ain't going to do shit to you. Most people can't even handle that. I talk to a lot of people. A lot of people say, hey, Anthony, you want to eat this snack? And I say, I'm actually trying to do a little bit of a fast. And they go, oh, what, you're going to eat at lunch? And I go, no, I'm going to eat fucking tomorrow. And it throws people off because they're not expecting that. People aren't ready for that type of shit. Especially when there's no reason to. Especially when there's no medical necessity to not eat. Why the fuck would people not eat, right? Why would we not eat food? It's in front of us. It's there. We paid for it. Nobody is willing to just challenge themselves and not eat. I like to challenge myself in whatever capacity it is, whether it's a hard workout, whether it's going out in uncomfortable situations, whether it's going out because it's cold, when it's cold, or when it's raining and not turning back, whether it's being a little bit hungry for 15 minutes and instead of folding under pressure because your fucking stomach hurts, my tummy hurts and I'm hungry, I need to eat a fucking hot dog from 7-Eleven. Is that a need or is that a want? Do you want some fucking sour gummy candy or do you absolutely need that? Is that critical to your survival? People aren't attuned to what they need and what they want. And I assure you, you don't need food today. I don't need food today. And none of these fat ass people at the park working out in groups 40 deep need any food today either. And 90% of the people, fuck it. Nobody at the grocery store today, in that parking lot and in that Kroger, need food today. Not a single one of them need food tomorrow. I'd argue not a single person in that whole fucking grocery store needs food until Monday. They just want to eat and they want to relax this weekend and they want to have snacks. And hey, if that's what you want, feel free. But I don't respect it and you're not ready to challenge yourselves and you're not ready for this type of shit. You're not ready for the type of shit I'm ready for. So I say it again. It's Friday. Good Friday. Nice Saturday. Hey, while you're enjoying whatever the fuck you're going to be eating, think about me. And remember, I'm not going to be eating shit. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to embrace the challenge and I'm not going to eat anything. I don't know what she's going to do, but I assure you I'm not eating a fucking thing. And I'll track it. I don't know what we got going on over here. Maybe she's thrown off by the fact that I'm not eating. Maybe the challenge is throwing her off. Maybe the challenge is distracting her cortex. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not going to eat. And I'm going to embrace the challenge. And not only am I going to embrace it, because I've said it, I'm excited about it. Who's thinking like that? I'm excited about the fucking challenge that this is going to be, to not eat until Sunday. And I'm not so sure I'm going to stop the challenge there. I'm not so sure this shit is going to stop Sunday morning. But I assure you, I'm not going to fail. I'm going to eat this challenge alive, figuratively. Because literally, I'm not eating until Sunday. So you should stop fucking thinking about food. figure out what's necessary and stop fucking playing games. And now let me end with this one thing. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Don't think that this is going to be a major, major challenge that I'm looking to overcome in my life, right? This is not shit. We're in the middle of a global, deadly pandemic. Not eating for 2 fucking days is nothing. Honestly, it should be a treat. People pay money to find these diet plans and go on fasts so they can lose a little bit of body fat for an upcoming beach trip that they have, right? This shit is nothing. This is small, small, small shit. This shit is nothing. This is not a big challenge. It's just something that I've never done before, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start it today, and I'm gonna. This will be the first time I've ever done it. So after Sunday, I can say, hey, now I've done it. I've done a 2-day fast, and not just 48 hours, but 50 or however many hours are going to be accounted for when I go to sleep before I wake up on Sunday. But trust me, this is nothing. Because if you can't handle little tiny shit like this, if somebody asking you, I know you're out of groceries, but now the virus has mutated. And if you fucking leave your house, you're dead. If you open your front door and accept any takeout, you're fucking dead. Most people aren't prepared mentally to not be able to go 2 days until this mutated virus shrinks back to normal, and then we can go back out and order takeout and eat Chick-fil-A. Most people aren't prepared for that mentally. The only reason that they could handle it is because it's absolutely necessary, absolutely critical. This isn't critical. We got food in the cabinets right now. I got all sorts of shit I could eat. I'm just not going to because I'd like to challenge myself a little bit. And I say it again, just a little bit. This shit is nothing. This is a little tiny challenge. I'm just not going to eat. I'm going to drink a nice big serving of water every day. And hey, Sunday I'll have a nice big meal if I decide to start eating on Sunday. But this is nothing. This is just a little way for me to impose a challenge on myself that I haven't done before. And this is the type of shit we all need to be doing. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to get a little bit better each day. Challenge yourself to not need a whole accountability group and you go take your dumbass outside exercising with 40 people because that's the only way you can not gain weight over this quarantine. Challenge yourself to fucking do some burpees in your apartment. Challenge yourself to get on the fucking floor and do some crunches in your living room. Try and develop some self-discipline where you can do the shit on your own and you don't need a bunch of people motivating and encouraging you. Challenge yourself to take your fat ass and stop eating, and instead of eating all the shit you have in your cabinet, go a day without eating. See what it does to your body, to your mind state, to your mental health, to just not eat for a day. It's not that fucking hard. And it might wake you up and develop some more internal discipline that helps you later on in life for the much bigger challenges that are going to confront you. The much, much, much bigger challenges ahead than not eating for a fucking couple hours. There are way, 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 way bigger challenges ahead in life. Beyond this global pandemic, there's many, 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 many more intense challenges ahead for me, for you, for everybody watching. So this 48-hour fast, 50-hour fast, this is not like a big deal. This is just something for me to say, hey, let me find another way to challenge myself so when shit gets a little tough, I can handle myself when something bigger comes along. And that's what people need to be doing right now. People need to get out of their comfort zone. We're not in a comfortable situation right now. This is the least comfortable many of us have ever been. So while we're in the middle of an uncomfortable situation, at least find some ways to challenge yourself. Stop trying to make the shit so comfortable. Stop trying to make this horribly deadly global pandemic comfortable by going out and getting fucking snacks and always having a cabinet stocked full of shit you don't need. Embrace the discomfort, right? Embrace the fucking challenge. This isn't supposed to be a fun, happy-go-lucky vacation. Working from home, some people are treating this like it's fucking vacation with stocked cabinets and ordering Tiffany's treats and chocolate candy bars and takeout cookies every day. This shit is not supposed to be fun. This is a challenge. This is a horrendous situation that we're in. So while we're in it, at least fucking get something out of it. Challenge yourself mentally, physically, socially, spiritually, whatever the fuck it is. Challenge yourself. This is just one way that I'm going to say, hey, let me challenge myself. I'm not going to eat for 2 days. It's not a big deal. And if you can't handle little shit like this, whether it's just a little bit of a fast from food or something else you want to challenge yourself to and commit to doing today and during this quarantine in general and later in life, if you can't handle little shit like this, you're going to have a much bigger problem when way, way, way bigger challenges arise. That's what I think. Anyways, that's it. Friday morning, not going to eat again until Sunday, and I'll try and vlog. I'll try and capture the process or the lack of eating. But trust me, I will get hungry here and there. Of course, that's what happens when you don't fucking eat food for days, but it's not going to be a problem. And little shit like this is not supposed to be a problem. We're supposed to be stronger than that. We're supposed to be stronger. We're supposed to develop and grow and get better. If you can't fucking stop eating snacks for 2 days, you're not going to be able to survive when shit really hits the fan. And that's it. See ya!